Now about the men. Men, do you have questions about women? I described everything in general, shortly. There are a lot of things I didn't say, but this is the basics. Not yes, I see you said wrong. I explained it to you. That you must come up to your wife, you must look her in the eyes, you must see her pain. And then there is no need for words. You just take her hands, you can say, I understand you. Oleg Gennadievich.
У нас практически очень важный вопрос сейчас в обсуждении. Мы сейчас пытаемся понять истину с вами. Для всех мужчин, которые здесь присутствуют. Что понять ее очень сложно. Очень сложно. Женщины думали, что мужики уже все поняли. Ничего подобного. Ну? Все.
Sometimes I want to understand the woman, I want to just hug her, rudely speaking. But at the same time, you must hug her softly speaking, not roughly speaking. Well, then sometimes at work, some women, they complain that their men, they do not listen to them, that they are always quiet. How do you know when to speak and when not to? Thank you very much. That is a very good question. The borderline is there. The man is not the conductor in relationships with his wife, and even with his children. He is not the conductor of the orchestra. Therefore, he should not be worried trying to understand whether he needs to speak or not. The wife, she will do everything herself. When you must speak, she will tell you about it. And if you try to speak when it is not required, you will also know. So there is no need to worry. If your wife comes to you and tells that she feels resentment for her friend, that means that at least you must pay attention to her. But she needs no explanations. She just needs your reaction to her feelings, because this feeling, it hurts her. You must come to her, take her hands. There's no need to speak. You just look at her attentively. You must be very humble. And then you say, I understand you. And this is it. And you must not speak rudely, you must express yourself softly. Do you understand me? Well, that's arguable. Oh, if it's arguable, then you will learn from your mistakes, either me or you. But we are not going to argue, because everyone came here to listen to me. We are talking to the men. Oh, so we're discussing man's nature now. Please speak up. You say that women are disobedient by nature, but when you speak of right behavior, it looks like it does not match our nature, but we are happy when we follow our nature, so our nature goes even deeper. Yes, you're right. Our nature is deeper than what is on the outside. When a person acts according to his true ego, the woman, she becomes humble and obedient, and so on. And the man, he becomes just like the woman needs, gentle and kind. These are the qualities of saintly persons. And so I tell you now that you should not pay attention to this, because if you want to marry the man who really deeply understands the woman, it means that he is a saint or almost saint. You see, it is very hard to achieve for a man. This man who's just spoken, this is an ordinary man. Roughly speaking, I want to hug her. This is normal. This is how men feel in life. He's like that. And the woman, she must accept him like that. And women, they do not want this. That means they do not want to serve, because serving is accepting the person as he is, not the way you want him to be. And when you come home now, you are going to say, I know the way a man is supposed to behave. And actually I told these things to the man. And in this manner you just ruin your relationships. The woman must not know the way the man is supposed to behave with her. She must know how she should behave. So, now, information for the women. Yes, I am listening to you.
Да. Как сделать так, чтобы больно не было? Никак не сделаешь, будет больно. Микрофончик дайте, у нас важный разговор сейчас с мужчиной.
Я
вот это вот качество мужчины уже.
ждал, пока мы закончим.
Пошли качество мужчины сейчас, видите, да? Ну так. Микрофончик будет там, где он будет. А не где говорят. Это тоже по-русски. Ну, хорошо. А вы сейчас проявляете мужественность, да? Ждете, да? Я вас слушаю.
Олег Gennadievich, you spoke about that in this modern world women take up men's roles, and I know your creative work on this account. This is man-like style. It's okay. So I face that what the woman she wanted before. She has the goal, but 5 years later it's different. And so it's normal. The river, it flows. But there are things women must do and men must do. But in the modern world, their roles, they are mixed. You're right. How do you keep relationships? Who must make the first step towards each other? I know you say we must start with ourselves, but this force is given by women. Oh, I get it now. So, goods first, money later. Yes? Please explain it to me.
Хорошо. Микрофончик отдавайте.
I'm going to explain it. It's a bit a different topic. We talk of the qualities, but I'm going to tell you shortly, because otherwise it's going to take the whole lecture. Now see, if a woman does not perform her duties in life, and she does not want to serve her man. She just wants to do what she wants. She becomes rude and manlike. And if the man does not perform his duties before his woman, and he does not want to bear her character, he becomes womanly. Why is that? Because there is a law that I become what I enjoy. Now look, a woman enjoys a man. What happens to her? She becomes more manly. And the man enjoys the woman and he becomes womanly. And when we see old people, it is fully revealed to us. Because the old lady, she is very commanding, and the old man, he's so soft and sweet. Do you see that? Олег Геннадьевич. Therefore, if your roles are upside down, that is no problem. You were born a man and she was born a woman. That means that you try to behave accordingly. And the more you behave like a man, the more womanly she is. For example, usually you get offended, but if you don't, but instead you behave strictly, then she cannot become strict. She becomes offended because she was born a woman. And if it doesn't happen, then you must be even stricter, even harder. Then it will happen. So everyone takes their positions when they become stronger. Improve yourself and everything will gradually change. It just takes time. Wait a little. This is shortly, but this is a big discussion. Let us start from the top. You said that a woman is a river, and when it flows, how to make so that she does not wash away the banks. First, you said a bit differently, and it was important. You said, Oleg Gennadievich, how do I make so that her emotions, you have realized knowledge, how do I make so that her emotions do not hurt me in my heart? It is impossible. Well, you can never make her emotions not hurt you in your heart, but you can make so that you can take this pain. For that, you need to sleep on a firm surface, you must take cold showers, you must do physical exercises every day, you must fast sometimes, you must learn to live so that if you said something, you do it. At least a little bit. Then you must learn to pray every day. In other words, you must become austere. It is the force, the ability to bear something. And this ability is the main quality of the man. If the man is able to endure, to bear something, everything that happens, the woman, she will be endlessly happy next to a man like this. 100% guarantee. Is this about women? Go on. You say that women are conductors in the family. You say that a bit resentfully. Well, no, it's just that I want to understand how to behave right. Because in some situation he thinks that he's right and it must be done differently. But the woman, she wouldn't yield. It is logical to endure it, just to bear it, but how do you do it?
Вот когда женщина мужчине говорит терпеть,
When a woman tells the man to endure it, it is impossible to endure.
пожалуйста, не превышайте своих полномочий.
Please do not exceed your limits.
Только как мужчины себя ведут, мы говорим с мужчинами.
When we are speaking about men's behavior, we are speaking to the man.
Такую вещь, что если вы своему
Understand
мужчине
this.
скажете,
If you tell your husband that you must just bear it, I've been told so by Oleg Gennadievich, then your relationship will get
если вы еще
worse.
раз ему также скажете, они вообще могут
If you say it once more,
каждый заботится только о своих обязанностях.
it will get even worse. Everyone must take care of their duties and ignore
Это называется
some
любовь.
misbehavior
А всё
on your
остальное
close
называется
person's
разрушением.
part.
Попытайтесь
This is
это
love,
понять.
and
Хорошо?
all the rest is
Пожалуйста,
destruction
я
of
всех
love.
призываю.
Please, I ask all of you.
Я
So,
вам очень благодарен за ваш вопрос.
I'm very grateful to you for your question.
Нет, там нема вопросов.
Нет, давайте мы возвращаемся назад. Вне семьи. А зачем вне семьи? А, вот хорошо. Но это немножко не по теме.
Well, it's a bit off the topic. If the husband he tries to pray and his wife rejects it, that means that your karma or what follows you, it does not allow you to pray. That means that you are not deserving to pray. And what can you do? You must increase the spiritual level of the family, and it means investing into your wife. You should take care about her. You must be manly and correct in your behavior, and gradually she will stop hindering you. When close people, they do not allow the person to do the spiritual practice, that means lack of love and mutual understanding. That means you must follow your duties, you must do investments, and your close person's heart, it will smell. You serve someone and he understands you in return. But we didn't finish the previous question, let us go back. So the question is, if the man, he knows for sure that his wife's decision is not so right, but naturally there is no use to argue, so what should the man do?
Лучше поступать.
He must just do.
Поступать.
You just do.
Понимаете, мужчина всегда остается мужчиной.
The man is always the man.
Если он видит, что вот так правильно,
If he
он
sees
просто
that
так делает, и всё.
this is right, he just does so. He does not need to argue. He just must do.
Как вы думаете, женщины в семье поступают?
How do you think? Do women act in family life or do they argue?
Поступают?
Just answer my question.
Нет,
I
они
guess they
сколько
try to act. No, they just argue. And who acts in the family?
Если
Men
мужчина
do.
поступает в семье,
And
то
if
тогда
the
женщина
husband,
что
he
делает?
acts, then what does the woman do? She just argues. Thank you very much.
То есть, если женщина спорит,
So, if
то
a
вы
woman,
можете
she
ей
argues,
объяснить
then you
себе.
can
Но если она не хочет
humbly
слушать, то
explain
надо
to
значит
her,
поступать.
but if she wouldn't listen, then you just do what you think is best.
И все будет хорошо.
And everything will be fine.
Нормально.
It is
Естественно,
normal.
для женщины принимать мужские поступки. Очень естественно.
The woman, they naturally accept men's actions, but arguing with a woman, it is madness.